disclaimer, I didn't actually watch this game, but the Vancouver Canucks have won. 5-1, we get ourselves the win. It is a great 5-1 score, and now the Vancouver Canucks are tied for a playoff spot. Which I don't know if I would have guessed myself saying that in mid-January, back at the beginning of the season. We're tied for a playoff spot, and we're halfway through the year. My goodness, this is a weird NHL. But as I said, I didn't watch this game. I was doing some Junior B broadcasts for the local hockey squad, but the Vancouver Canucks come away with this one with a 5-1 victory in Rogers Arena against Matheson's team, and it is 5-1 against Roberto Luongo, who, let's face it, is probably the most talented goaltender to have ever played for the Vancouver Canucks. No disrespect to Kevin Weeks, to Dan Cloutier, to Alex Auld, but Luongo was the best one out of the bunch. And overall, this was a game that a lot of people were probably fairly happy with. I know I kinda was, getting all those notifications on my phone as I was standing there in the broadcast booth of the Junior B squad that I commentate for, but this one was a great game to see. The first period sees ourselves with 0 goals, and that's okay, because Loui Eriksson gets himself on the board in the second period to start off the scoring. This one was pretty funny. I mean, it's his 8th of the year. Eriksson on the forecheck picks off the backhand pass from Mike Hoffman, and he walks right in on Roberto Luongo, who's out of position, and he just stuffs it into the open net. Of course, it's not the goal scorer's goal that you'd like to see, but it's Eriksson, man. Like, he's got his 8th of the year. Cool, it's an unassisted goal. Good for him. He's on the board. 1-0 Vancouver. And then we didn't get any scoring for the rest of the second period, but Frank Vetrano gets things up on the board for the Panthers to tie things up. This goal tied things up, and I heard on the post-game comments from the Sportsnet 650 crew that Luongo basically gave the Panthers a chance to win in the first and second periods. He was apparently very good in this game. Of course, I wouldn't know that. I didn't watch. But it's 1-1 at the 5-minute mark of the third period up until the 7-minute mark, where Ben Hutton gets himself his 5th on the year, 13th assist for Troy Stecher, and 4th assist for Jay Beagle. The Stecher-Hutton pairing was out there alongside of the Pouliot-Goodbranson pairing. They switched things up. No longer is it Pouliot-Stecher, Hutton-Goodbranson, but a little switcheroo, and overall, apparently, things were really good. But Stecher has the puck, walks right in, takes a shot, it's off the blocker, and it bounces right in front of Ben Hutton, who pinches in, and he roofs it. Like, he absolutely roofs it. Luongo reaches out there with the glove. It looks like he might get it, but nah, man. Hutton's got that ceiling shot over there, and it's 2-1 Vancouver. And at this point, basically, like, the game just runs away with the Canucks, and overall, I mean, it was a great effort. If you just look at the highlights, Brock Besser gets himself his 15th on the year, assisted by Loui Eriksson. So Eriksson is there, he blocks the pass out and sends it over to Besser, who finds the open net. It's an easy story to tell. And then Jay Beagle gets himself 1-2, his 2nd on the year, also assisted by Loui Eriksson. So, wow, Eriksson had 3 points. What a night for him. And I mean, Eriksson, like, he stole the puck on the boards and he sent it over the Beagle. That's the dirty work Eriksson does. Picking off passes, stealing the puck on the boards. It does him well here, and he gets himself 3 points. And then Marcus Granlund from Tyler Mott ends things off. Granlund's 7th on the year, Mott's 7th assist on the year, with 11 seconds left in what was honestly like one of the most unnecessary yet laughable goals that we've seen throughout this season. Like, the Florida defense was just not good. Mott goes through basically everybody and drops it off. Granlund just walks right in, and then he just shoots it short side on the left, and that's the game. It's 5-1 Vancouver, Loui Eriksson with 3 points, Besser with a goal, Stecher and Hutton get themselves points too. Overall, it was just an all-round scoring fest for the team, and overall, I mean, like, you could say, oh, Bo Horvat didn't get a point, oh, Elias Pettersson wasn't playing, and they still won, so that's great. I mean, it's not like this is going to happen every game, but overall, I mean, it was fine. Apparently there were some things going on with Mike Matheson. He got a few let's just say pieces of attention from the Vancouver Canucks. Guys were kind of up in him a little bit. But of course, that's not really something that we want to focus on too much anymore. But they won. That's basically it, and we're in a playoff spot right now, which is very, very... wow. Jeez, we're in a playoff spot. And also, there are a few other things that we'd actually need to talk about in this game. Bobby Lou, arguably his last game in Rogers Arena in Vancouver. I've heard that he's had a little bit of struggles with his health, and as a result, it is unlikely, apparently, that he's going to come back here to play in a Florida Panthers jersey. So, if that was his last game, certainly it's not a good one to remember for him personally. I mean, for us fans, it's like, oh, we got 5 goals, yes! But I think the best way to describe Roberto Luongo was pointed out in a few comments that I saw online. Roberto Luongo is a Florida Panther who played his best years as a Canuck. And I think that's a very accurate way to describe him. I mean, the majority of his time was spent with the Florida Panthers, and obviously we can't go through without saying the great things that he'd done for Vancouver. Probably should have won a Vezina or 2, but I mean, he got us to the finals in 2011, and I don't really want to talk about that any further, because we all know how that went, but Luongo, obviously a fantastic Vancouver Canucks goaltender, the best one that we've ever had, I'd like to argue, but there are a few other things that we actually need to talk about in this game, like Nikolai Goldobin, who didn't see all too much ice time, like 8 minutes in total or something weird like that, and he didn't play a lot of the third. I saw he only played like 2 minutes or something crazy like that. And the Sportsnet 650 guys were talking about Goldobin and going really in-depth with the analysis and the intent behind Travis Green and what he needs to accomplish if he wants to mold the Goldobin into a suitable player to play more than 8 minutes a night. And it's a very weird discussion, and it's an interesting thing to talk about. I think I might make a separate video about that, I'm not too sure. But overall, just strictly on this game, the Vancouver Canucks won, the Vancouver Canucks are in a playoff spot, the Vancouver Canucks beat Roberto Luongo with 3 goals, and Mike Matheson got himself a lot of action from the Vancouver Canucks forwards and defenders. He was kind of shying away from it a little bit from what I've heard, but overall, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to stay safe, don't you? But anyways, we won, and we're in a playoff spot. Did I mention that we're in a playoff spot? Hope you guys enjoyed this Witcher Plus Show Gaming, and bye.